yard bad, she gon' go fast. Murder that pussy, I told tax. I be in mine, you should
This is Phase Music.
Yo, what's good with it, y'all? It's your boy. We are back again with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, hit notifications for your boy, and smack that like button if you enjoy the video. Today, my car is at 55,000 miles. If you guys don't know, I do own a 2021 Mustang GT 10-speed package. It is a base model. However, I got a lot of goodies and modifications on it that I'm gonna get into, and I'm gonna let you guys know my overall view upon this car and basically tell you guys what I like and what I don't like about it. We are at 55,000 miles, and as some of you guys know, I did buy this car when it had only 15 miles on it. Now, owning this car has been a lot of up and downs, and to be honest, even through those ups and downs, I enjoy the car. It is cool, it looks clean. Now, getting into my experience when I first got the car. Now, I used to have a 2011 Mustang GT. It was an automatic. However, I had an experience with that car where I blew the motor and I blew the transmission, and that was because I went with a Bama tune, okay? I didn't want to spend the top dollar to get a very expensive tune. I went ahead and cheaped out, went with Bama, and that costed me a motor. However, I got the motor and a transmission warranted through Ford. They were super cool about it, and they understood because one of the technicians there have experience with tuning their cars, and they know the struggles in it, right? So I had a small redemption, and with that redemption, I got everything fixed, and I sold that car and traded in for this. However, when I got this car, the crazy thing is I ran into another Mustang on the freeway. It happened to be something similar to my old Mustang, and I'm in this car going down the freeway and he gaps the hell out of me. Mind you, this thing's a 10-speed. I wasn't used to a 10-speed, so when I tried to downshift, I downshifted to 6th gear and I tried to race him. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses here, but I do feel like if I would have downshifted to a lower gear, I probably would have got him. However, the car that he was racing me in was the similar year to the one that I sold that I thought wasn't fast. His was full bolt on, everything done, and he gapped the hell out of me, and it hurt my pride a little bit. But it was already too late at that point. The car was gone, and I did have a choice to go back and get the car with just paying a restocking fee. Now, fast forwarding maybe like 3 months after owning the car, I did start to have little issues. Around 13,000 miles, the drive shaft did break. I am on my second transmission, and that's only because of mechanic error. Now, that's fine. Mistakes happen in the shop, and it's always hectic in the shop, and things happen. The transmission was leaking due to a broken breather tube or something like that. I'm not too familiar with what it was, but the transmission was leaking all the fluid, and it was because of something that broke when they were taking out the transmission that they didn't know that broke. However, I went out racing that day, and supposedly all the transmission fluid was on the ground when I left the house. So I went out racing. I got to a car meet in Alameda, and the car would not move at all. Me, being a mad ass, I hopped in the car and I drove it all the way back home, found the transmission fluid all over the floor. I was like, F this. I hopped in the car, drove it all the way to Ford while there was no fluid in the transmission, and it made it perfectly fine. However, they did say that the transmission was fried, and cool thing is they were able to see what the issue was, and they replaced the transmission completely. So this car is on its second transmission. But like I'm saying, it was more on mechanic error. It wasn't the car being defective. These cars are very good cars. You can beat on these things all day long. It's a Gen 3 Coyote 10-speed. You can beat on these cars all day long, and I am a witness to it. I beat on this car all the time. However, I have been a little more light with it lately now that I'm full bolt on. Before we get into that, the car is a good car if you guys want to into the Coyote platform. If you leave it stock, it's good. If you modify it, it's good. It just all depends on your tuner, and it all depends on how well you take care of the car. Because if you don't take care of the car, then the car won't last for shit in the world. Now, getting into the car now, when I first got it, I did do wheels and then I did exhaust. As far as the wheels, I went with LMR wheels, and I got these off of Facebook Market for 300 bucks with tires. However, it did need tires, so 300 was a great bang for my buck, and I went for it. Now, I did lower the car on Eibach Sportline lowering springs using the stock struts and shocks. And I do have a Roush catback that I did also buy from Facebook Market for about 500 bucks from the cat all the way down. Now, as you guys know, the Roush catback cost about, I believe, a little over $1,000 or over $1,000 for these cars, especially like your 18 plus Mustangs and maybe your older Mustangs. I'm not too familiar with it. Now, those are my first modifications on the car. And then I did also start off, after doing the exhaust and the suspension and the wheels, I did go ahead and grab the GT500 spoiler with gurney flap from i5 Autos. It was honestly a great pair. Shortly after buying the spoiler, I did go ahead and go on American Muscle and I bought the clear deck lid, and I went on Coyote Badges. I don't know if it's the same name. I'm not familiar with their name anymore, but I did go ahead and get the custom Coyote badge just to throw off a GT500 Shelby 350 kind of look. Other than that, the valence, it's all stock. Now, getting over to the big changes on this car. Now, if you guys want to really pop out there and really make a statement, I highly recommend going out and getting the Cervinis 4-inch cowl hood or getting their smaller cowl hood. Now, as you know, you see these cars all day long and they all look the same. I did not want that. However, it was kind of forced upon me. One time I bought the MMD hood struts, and unfortunately, when installing it, I broke the stud on the stock hood, which then forced me to have to buy a new hood because the studs on those hoods are welded internally. So I could not get it fixed, unfortunately. So I went ahead and bought the Cervinis 4-inch cowl hood, and it was already painted when I got the hood. You pay a little extra for it to be painted. However, it was very much worth it. Under the hood of the car, it looks stock. I did not mess with anything under the hood as far as smog devices like intake, etc. Ever since I got state ref. I am in California. Now, going into the car, I do have a Alpine and Kicker stereo system, from the subs to all the speakers being done. I am running sponsored Brom racing seat, and I am running an upholstered steering wheel. I got tired of the basic look, so I went ahead and reupholstered the steering wheel. Now, as far as the dash, I am running Dyna, I can't remember their, Dyna Performance, sorry. Dyna Performance's forged carbon. Running the forged carbon fiber dash. I did have carbon fiber down there, but it fell off. And like I said earlier, we are tuned by Lund Racing, running their new LRX device. Now, the car is currently on long tube headers by Stainless Works. I don't know if I mentioned that already, running the Roush catback all the way to the back. Coming over to a nice remote start, it has a good warm start to it. Now, I know she sounds good, and I know you guys are wondering, damn, you're in California, I know that car is too loud. Yes, it is, but however, it is easy to somewhat keep the car kind of tame, so I'm not too worried about it. Other than that, I mean, when you full bolt on a car like this, you just gotta be chill with it, man, especially if you're in California. Try to give the police no reasons to pull you over. Sometimes you might have to throw your front plate back on. If you got tints on the windshield, sometimes you might have to take that off. You know what I mean? There's certain things that you might have to do that you don't want to do on these cars, so then the police don't bother you. And most importantly, stay as quiet as you can. You ain't gotta hard pedal it, heavy pedal it everywhere you go. Just be chill with it, you know what I'm saying? And you will forever be fine, trust me. Now, like I said, guys, this was a quick review. However, I am running starlights in the ceiling and one-up lighting, some interior lighting. Other than that, I can't really show you guys that right now because it is too light outside. Now, I did wrap the roof black. I did this myself, and to be honest, it came out very good for the first time wrapping. I wrapped that in Avery Dennison, or Dennison, or however you pronounce it. But other than that, I do need to get out of this area because they hit me with the intercom saying that, you know, you can't be back here. So I am gonna end the video short. However, I did list out everything that's done to the car. I will recommend at 55,000 miles, if you guys like the Coyote platform, you guys made a good choice. It is a good running car, hard running car, and simple bolt-ons like headers, etc., ported manifold will kick this thing up in power. You know, the car is currently on E85, and I know for a fact I'm pushing upwards towards 500 horsepower at the moment, naturally aspirated. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys share the video, like the video, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that watched this video. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and TikTok, 5.0 Bobo. And if you guys are interested in any gaming content, make sure you guys follow me on Twitch, NorCal Bobo. I am live on there on the daily. So if you guys want to watch something different than car content, there you go, there you go. She's a beauty. She's a beauty with a lot of work done to it. It may look simple to some people who might be supercharged and all that, but if you just want something naturally aspirated and good to drive on a daily, there you go, man. There you go. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.